Years you guys seen the DVD collection grow, and I apologize for the many boxes that surround it. And it's been an honor to like showcase my DVD collection thus far, and for you guys to all see it. However, and you also guys got to also see I don't know why I'm saying however so many times, my immense pop collection, and it certainly is growing. Very happy with it, but there's also another side of me. Well, not another side of me, but like, I have other collectabilia, and the memories I share with it. So I thought I would give you a short taste of what my other collections are like. Well, these aren't really collections; they're more like very smaller pieces to what I have, and I don't know what else to say. Let's just dive right in. So let's take you to the Amiibo and see if I can focus that correctly. I'm still working on focusing correctly. It's a very new thing in my life that I never had to deal with my own camera. It's usually autofocuses by itself. This is my Amiibo collection. If you are very old like I am, Amiibos were Nintendo's, kind of like their really hot sellers when Super Smash Brothers was like a big thing, and obviously with the Wii U not performing so well, Amiibos were kind of like the very silver grace for it to make more money, and it definitely showcased to me. My goal originally when the Amiibos came out was that I wanted to buy every single Amiibo. Obviously, my parents were not going to be able to afford me all that because this was like around the time where my parents, like, this is the time where I started learning of how finances work, how my parents aren't rich. So, and this was before I started working. I was still at that age where, like, I was still asking my parents for stuff. So, I had to pick and choose what I wanted them to buy for me. Nowadays, it's just if I find it and if I'm able to spend it, I'll buy it. So, here are my Amiibos. This was my first one. Mario. This little guy, how I got him was actually a pretty interesting story. So, also, this is a remnant of when God damn it, this really sucks having to do this one hit. This was an Amiibo sticker that I got when I went to the Super Smash Brothers 2014 Invitational at the Best Buy I went to with George and another friend of ours at the time. The way I got Mario was that when the Amiibos came out, when they were like starting to become a thing, obviously, as I said before, I wasn't able to afford everything. Like, it was already a hassle for me to beg my parents to give me the main game, let alone give me all the Amiibo. So one of my tenants at the time, she had a PS3 and she wanted to sell it, and I had a friend of mine who wanted to buy the PS3, and I always sold it to him, I believe, for like $30, and the plan was to go 50-50 on it. And then so I took my $15 and bought this little guy. However, when I returned home to give my tenant the other 15 that we settled on, she said, "Well, it was my system, my console. I should be getting more money." And obviously, I couldn't really ask my parents at the time to like. I wasn't really. I was still new to the whole renting out things. I was still learning, so that wasn't a very proper step for me to take. And so, thankfully, she was forgiving, and she's like, "Okay, you can keep your Amiibo. That's fine. The money's spent. You're not. You can't really return it because it was already open," which was true. I'm trying to remember the other guy's story. Link. I don't think he was the next one I got. I think the next one I got, I want to say. Because I have so many. I want to say the next one I got was Luigi right here. I think that was the next one. I'm not sure how I got him. I think I had to guilt trip my dad because I had Mario, so it's like, and let me get Luigi. Let me get Luigi in there. Then we have here Lucario. I think Lucario was the next one I got because Lucario, if you remember the Amiibo epidemic of 2015, Amiibos were so hard to find because I don't think Nintendo was anticipating the massive success these little figures would be. They eventually had major shortages out of the ass, and I love Lucario so much. He's one of my mains in Smash Ultimate currently, and one of my Pokemon in Pokemon games. So I definitely wanted Lucario. However, the main question was, how the hell was I going to find him? Because it wasn't a problem with buying him. I eventually got to coax my dad into like getting me him eventually. Eventually, one day, an old friend of mine, he actually had a lead on a store that still had rare Amiibos. The only problem was that Lucario, this Lucario was a Japanese one, which at the time, they weren't region locked. It was just the boxes, and I kind of was a stickler for getting in the American one. But at the time, I was like, you know what? I want him. I want him so badly. I'll suck it out. It was $60 for this little thing. I told my dad no. We ended up going to the city. My dad had to drive me to the city and back with nothing at hand. So it wasn't obviously a well-rounded trip, to be honest with you. And, yeah, but, you know, eventually, Nintendo New York had one of its restock days. I went there. It was one of the first times I actually got to stand in line for something. And, you know, I've gotten more accustomed to it ever since. But that was definitely a very, very, very time-consuming experience. But, yeah, so that was a fun one. And it showed me how huge the Amiibo community was at the time. Being on that right now, it's very rare to find any new Amiibos that are very popular. No offense to the new wave of Smash Brothers Amiibos. It's just that hype train has left the station. We got Pit, another main of mine, Mega Man. I got the Duck Hunt, Mr. Game & Watch, and Rob triple pack. I believe my plan was to sell... I wanted Duck Hunt Dog, but I didn't want a Game & Watch and Rob. I think my plan was to sell the other two to my other friends at the time. I don't know what happened. I don't think they had the money to pay me, and eventually I just kept them. I think this was a birthday present, I believe, for my parents. So my plan was to sell these two, but then never happened. I'm trying to think what other interesting stories I had for this one. Detective Pikachu, obviously, the boy here, movie coming soon. I knew I wanted him. It was just another thing of like they didn't make a lot, so it was kind of rare to find him. And then eventually one day I was walking at Target and I found him. And you know what? I'm gonna buy him. You know, I don't think I'm ever gonna have this chance again. And spoilers, I haven't seen Detective Pikachu since, so that was fun. Eventually, the Smash Bros. Amiibos kind of like went off to its own thing. So I got the Super Mario Odyssey one. I got all the Legend of Zelda one. Not everything. It's just like I don't know why. I have a lot of Link ones, and thankfully George has been using them on our Zelda Let's Play. Check that out on YouTube right now. I got the Pikmin one, and obviously I haven't played a Pikmin game. It was Chuck Conroy's Pikmin 3 Let's Play that like really got me hooked on it. I definitely want to play a Pikmin game someday, but until then, you know, it's just. I don't know why. I love the Pikmin so much, but that's another time, not today. And I think the most recent one I got was Palutena at my Toys R Us when it was closed, and this was on sale for like, oh sorry, it wasn't in frame. I think it was like around $6. So I'm like, you know what? It's worth the price. I'll pay for it. And do I have plans to eventually continue the Amiibos? I feel like if I can find the ones at the right price, I will. I'm not gonna spend like the $15 they used to cost. I feel like if I can find Amiibo for like $5 or $6 in the complete packaging, I will. But until then, I really have no plans to do so. But yeah. So that was the Amiibos. Here we have the other gaming collectability stuff. It's not that much. It's not much. Here's the Tokaku. I believe that's what they're called. These are the Crash and Spyro ones. The one nifty thing I love about these is that I'm gonna see if I can. Yeah, so they click. Well, they don't really click, but they kind of like. Yeah, so they're like that, and they kind of like I don't know why there's like an OCD side of me like I want to fill them all in, but I gotta buy more of them. These were honestly a really cool idea to like. I think these are Sony's official line or the third-party line of like Amiibo. I'm not really sure. They don't have any compatibility with video games. They're Activision. They're Activision. Oh wait, is it? I don't really know. I'll have to do more research on this later on. But honestly, I do really like these ones. I definitely want to get more of them. There's a couple more I'm interested in getting. It's just finding them. Sorry, I'm dying here. I think these are just GameStop exclusive, so I don't think these are... They're not very common in the GameStops I go to. Like, the ones that I went to, they don't have the ones I'm looking for. So, it's another, like, I gotta hunt them down, but, like, I got school, so it's like, when the fuck am I gonna hunt them down? But, who knows. Here we have the LEGO Dimensions Portal set. Now, yeah, there we go. LEGO Dimensions was something that I never got sold on, like, initially. Like, I felt like it was a cool idea at the time to, like, this was like when the whole like interactive like toys were like starting to still become a thing, and Lego wanted to get in on that action since they had a shit ton of third-party licenses. It was like, hey, let's make an entire video game about these guys. I thought the concept was cool. However, I don't think they marketed it well, because I feel like the attention wasn't there. I just don't know. Like I got these guys at a special Black Friday promotion. I think it was the 2016 one, I want to say, or 2017. I don't remember which one. It was on sale. It was like really cheap, and it came with Green Arrow and Supergirl. Which the Supergirl one I believe was a PS4 exclusive. The Green Arrow was a GameStop exclusive, but when I went to GameStop, they didn't have the PS4 bundle anymore. It's sold out. So they gave me this guy for free. Thankfully, that was nice of them. And so I got the Supergirl one, I believe, at Target. And this Portal has had better years. I haven't played with it since 2017. I just got too much other shit to worry about. I don't got time to jump back into it. But I still respect it. Maybe one day I will plug it back in and jump back to that world, but not right now. It's a nice statue. I do gotta definitely clean this up. It's a little bit dusty. Here we have the piece de resistance, the Spider-Man statue from the collector's edition from Spider-Man PS4, and the art book, which I'm not gonna open the art book. It does contain spoilers for the game, and I'm aware some people still haven't played the game, which you should. That game was amazing. My game of the year last year. So here we have, I'm going to move the book. I'm going to move it. Sorry, what's her name? I forgot her name. Lucy. Goddamn, the names these days, they're starting to wane on me. Here we have the Spider-Man statue, and it looks fucking beautiful. And fun story about this one. I'm not sure if this will get me in trouble or not, but guess what? It wasn't my fault, and I was too jacked to play this game. I wasn't really going to focus that much on this. So I pre-ordered the special game. Like, here's the thing about me. I'm not a rare person. I don't like collector's editions that much. Why? Because I'm a fan of just getting the standard box, so I can have a nice row of standard editions just to complete my mood. Either I get everything collector's edition or I get everything regular. It has to be one and the same. And sorry, I hit the camera right there. I'm not that person to jump around. I'm just not. So even though I love Spider-Man, it's still the same thing. I had to I couldn't really, I didn't want to make that exception too. So, but however, when I eventually did get to PS4, to this game, GameStop had a special collector's edition where they still included the base game, the regular standard edition with a bunch of cool shit. I'm like, okay, I'm getting that. And I pre-ordered that. And then I showed up for GameStop to pick up my game, and it was like, the packaging was a bit different. I didn't know why they gave me the collector's edition, but I'm like, okay, you know what? I just want to play this game. Let me go home. And it was the collector's edition. It was not the edition I ordered. So, and they have not called me since. So I've kept this. This is my baby. It's beautiful. If I'm gonna find a way to properly display this someday, but right now it's just gonna send this little cubby. And it's really well detailed. It's got all the Sinister Six members, their outfits from Doc Ock's tentacles to Scorpion's tail to Vulture's wings, Mr. Negative's sword. Really cool, really cool. I love the paint job on this. Some of the white on here, you can see. I'm gonna focus that. Focusing. Focus, you son of a... You can't focus. It's a little bit blurry. It's a little bit off-putting, but I don't mind. It still looks good either way. The art book was pretty cool, though. It was a fun read. Obviously, this contains spoilers for the main game, so it was recommended you take a look at this afterwards. Really, the only one time I actually admired art for what it is. Up here, we got some random memorabilia. I don't really have many stories. The Star Wars stuff was like every single year my mom would try to give me something Star Wars related. So this one came with underwear, which I don't think I own anymore. I think I threw that away. This was a Darth Vader candy machine, which I think it still works. Yeah, it still works. Surprising to say, this thing is like 3 years old. My Batman Begins mask. There's a lot of memories, a lot of fun memories with this. A lot of Halloweens with this little one. BB-8, my best friend Michael, who you just heard on the podcast, he bought me this for Christmas. I enjoy the little guy. I don't really get much use out of him anymore. He just sits here. I'm not sure where I got this wallet from. I want to say it was one of my best friends who got me this. I'm not really sure. but it was cool. I'm just gonna keep it just in case. Here we have Venom, like the Venom monster. Does anyone remember that from the Spider-Man 2003 version? That's 2003, Spider-Man 3 2007. Remember that thing at the end of the movie for like 10 seconds, and then he got blew up by a goblin bomb? Yeah, good times. Really good times. I don't know why I still have him out of everything from Spider-Man 3. I'm not really sure. I got for some reason the McDonald's Donatello McDonald's figure. I don't know how I got him. I think this was just to promote the 2007 animated movie. He did have something in the back. Something was in here, but I'm not sure what's in here anymore. I moved around a lot, and you know, I kept moving stuff around. I'm very sorry for this. Yeah, there you go. There was my other collectabilia collection stuff. I know I got more in the garage somewhere. My garage is a mess right now, so I really don't have time to take a look at everything. But there you go. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. This is Joseph from ActionX3000. Please like this video if you like it. Please share it if you want to, and I'll see you guys soon.